bottom up. Both science and religion have discovered that the structure and order of the universe emerge from matter. They're not imposed top-down from the outside by force, by some authority. The universe is imbued with a certain intrinsic fertility. Structure emerges from free interactions of matter, if and only if the right conditions are met. Both science and religion are obsessed with figuring out what those conditions are. For example, hurricanes emerge in tropical oceans, under the right conditions. Cells emerge from molecules, under the right conditions. Solid materials emerge from quantum fields, under the right conditions. There's no police or top-down law enforcement. Only classical physics seemed to think so for a couple of 100 years, okay. Like, you throw a ball in the air and it can only fall in one specific way, following the laws of motion of Isaac Newton. You cannot disobey the laws of physics, right? Wrong. 20th century physics found that the physical laws are not actually laws, but patterns, which emerge at large scale. This is the path integral formulation of quantum mechanics, discovered by the great physicist Richard Feynman. Matter actually moves every which way, but some trajectories are self-destructive while others are self-sustaining. So, Elon Musk was wrong in his interview with Jordan Peterson when he said only physics has laws, the rest are recommendations. Everything is recommendations. Just if you don't follow them, you will decay exponentially. The only difference between different areas of science is the time constant of the exponential decay. In physics, it's Planck's scale, which is like 10 to the minus 44 seconds, or maybe atomic scale, which is like 10 to the minus 20 seconds. In biology, it's several dozen generations, which can be a few hours for bacteria, or up to centuries, or even thousands of years for organisms like us. So laws are never really laws, but patterns or recommendations, which emerge given enough time. Maybe a more intuitive example is pouring sand. Nothing forces grains of sand to align themselves at a particular angle. And yet, when you pour billions and billions of grains on top of each other, they will eventually line up at a certain angle. The point is that the law of sand does not come from some authority of sand. Indeed, it does not line up in the beginning. But as you continue to pour it, the angle emerges from sand alone. This alone is key. Structure emerges from matter alone under the right conditions. This is exactly the same statement that the Logos is born of a most pure virgin. It's not accidental that most major religions have some god being born of a virgin at the core. It's because that captures a key insight about the structure of the world, an insight that science has arrived to as well during the 20th century. The virgin birth represents exactly this insight, and it's at least 4,000 years old, going back to ancient Egypt. This is an image of bottom-up emergence. That's what this icon means. Think about all the consequences of this in every domain, from politics to entrepreneurship to medicine and psychology, and even theology itself. One direct consequence is you cannot believe in the Virgin Mary and in so-called intelligent design at the same time. Which is why Mary plays a much smaller role for Christian fundamentalists who are big on intelligent design. Implicit in this is another major thing both science and religion have in common at a basic level: freedom.